Hey guys, Nick coming to you with my 2022 Backcountry sleep system. This is for a hunt that I'm doing in October for rifle for elk, and I'm going to talk about my entire sleep system and what I use. Generally when I sleep I bring a fresh pair of merino long sleeve, like long johns. I like to sleep in those. After I come back from a long day of hunting, I definitely like to get into something fresh when I go to sleep. I don't like to sleep in my hunting clothes, me generally. I just like to be clean, or cleaner I should say, and that just helps me sleep a lot better. But I've got a sleeping bag here. I've got my bag, my liner, and the pillows, and then a pump up kit, which I'll talk about. My sleeping pad is a Climate Deluxe, so it's the large version. It's the widest sleeping, or one of the widest sleeping pads that they have. I like the wider sleeping pad because I toss and turn a lot at night. This sleeping pad has a one-way valve, open or close. It takes a lot of breaths to blow this thing up, especially with it being so large. But Climate has designed this roll top sleeve. It's called the Rapid Air system, and this thing just absolutely works miracles. After you're hiking all day, the last thing you want to do is, deprive your body even more of oxygen by trying to blow up a pad. So using this thing, and it literally doesn't even take any breaths, just a little puff of air to get some air in here and it'll go up. I'll show you how that's blown up now. But using this one-way valve, we're on the deflate here, so I'm going to flip this over to the inflate. And then this Climate Rapid Air attaches. It just snaps right on, nice and easy. Once you snap it in, you hear a click, and we'll throw our pad out. Now, I think this takes 6 to 8 full loads of these, depending on how much air you get stuck in this roll top roller every time. But basically all you do is you just puff a little bit of air in there, blow it up and capture it, and then you just roll it down. And this instead probably multiplies that one little breath of air by 30 breaths of air blowing into the sleeping bag. Now the regular size Climate, you could probably fill it up, maybe 4 of these roll tops, but since I have the Deluxe, the larger one, I think it's taken me 6 to 8 in between there. Let's say it was 7, just to get it to the firmness that I like. And this is an insulated pad. I don't know the insulation value, but it's got a really good R value. Probably not the best, but I mean, it's definitely not the worst. And it's a very comfortable pad. I did close to 10 days in the backcountry 2 years ago on an elk hunt, September. And this thing just performed like a champ. No holes, nothing, and we were sleeping on rocky ground. So see here, this is my 3rd one. This roll top hauler is cheap. It's like 15 bucks off, I think, REI, or several other places sell them. Climate even sells it directly. Maybe Camo Fire has it every now and then. And you don't even have to use breath. You can actually capture the wind with this thing if you get it just right, but I like just doing one little blow of air and it does it pretty well. So as you can probably see on this pad, they call it the V-Lux because it's a V pattern system. The chambers, individual chambers, are V's. Some people like them, some people don't. I really like it. It's very comfortable. I like it. Can be pretty rigid, and I need a pretty stiff or a firm bed or mattress when I'm sleeping. So let's see here. I'm getting pretty tight there, and it's popped off for it saying basically it's full. So that took 5 or 6 puffs, and we're right there. And if you wanted to get it just a hair more, you can just blow onto this simply enough, or just close it back up. And that's the nice thing about this valve, with it being a one-way valve, is that no air is going to come out of this until you turn this valve over. me snap that down in there. There we go. And yeah, that's pretty nice. It just pops right off once you get enough back pressure on it. It's letting you know, hey, your mattress is full. And that's that. So, Climate Velux. It's got a red top. It's got a gray bottom. Pretty durable bottom. But actually, I'm gonna throw it this way. But there's my pad, and then my sleeping bag. This is a Valandre. I think it's an 850 goose down bag. It's rated to 10 degrees, I believe. It wasn't one of their more expensive one in their line. I think it was probably $400 or so, but it's unbelievable. I've used this for several years. In Idaho, it's worked flawlessly, low temperatures. It even has the neck band that'll keep your body heat locked in, and it's almost too warm. Like sometimes I have to turn it into a quilt, unzip it, and just throw it over me because it's so warm. But it's got a nice big foot box on it, and it's got straps to hang it up when you're done. And you can do the left or the right zipper. I did the left zipper because I'm left-handed. Works better for me. It's got a nice articulated hood that can go over you that you can drawstring down. But since it's a down bag and I hunt when I'm hunting and I sweat a lot, I carry this with me. This is a liner, and this is just a cheap one off of Amazon. Aegis Max makes them. They make some pretty good little sleeping bags too, but it's a mummy profile, more like the sleeping bag. And you can get them in all kinds of different silk, and just depending on how much you want to spend, merino wool even. This one, I can't remember the material. It's just a thin, not cotton, but it's a thin material. But what it does is it would add a little bit of insulation to your sleeping bag to keep you warm, but the main thing I like about it is that it keeps all the sweat and all the grime and the dirtiness out of your sleeping bag, because these sleeping bags are pretty hard to clean, especially with it being down. I don't want to ruin, you know, a nice several $100 sleeping bag. So I'd much rather just climb into this at night and into this mummy thing. And then even if I were to open up my sleeping bag, this still helps keep me a little bit warm, you know, if I were to get one of those cool breezes in there. But it packs up to absolutely nothing. Most of the time I just shove it into my sleeping bag down to the foot box, and then I compress my sleeping bag in its compression, and you don't even know it's there. And then that's way easier to take out and wash that, and then you know, hit the road. Pillows, I carry 2 pillows. One, Amazon's top seller, the Trekology. I like this pillow for between my legs. I sleep better with 2 pillows. This one, when it's pressed up, it's got a one-way click valve. Let me see here. So when it's blown up, it's got a pretty good felt cover to it. It's very comfortable. People can definitely use this for their neck. It's got a really good support system. I didn't like it because it's that bubbly air feel to it. But I really like it between my legs. I just sleep so much better because I'm more of a side sleeper, and I sleep much better with this between my legs. And as you saw, I mean, when it's fully deflated, which will deflate it, it absolutely packs up into nothing, and it weighs maybe an ounce or 2 at most. So I mean, literally teeny tiny. If you roll it up, you can get it even smaller than that. But that's one of the pillows. And then my main sleeper is the Nemo Philo. This is an air bag also, but the air is not as big. It's got a really plush, like, foam topper on it. It's just so comfortable up against your head, and it's got a pull twist type valve. So if you pull it all the way, twist it and pull out, that's how you inflate it. The only weird thing about this thing is to get it to where you want, if you're blowing it, you have to push it down to seal it. So you push down, twist, then you can get it to the comfort level that you want. But once it's blown up with just a little bit of air, you don't get that bubbly feeling with this foam topper on it. So I really like that. And that is a super comfortable pillow tied in for my head. And if I wanted to swap it up, I could do that, no problem. But that's it in a nutshell. To go over, it's the Climate Static V Velux, the largest pad they have width-wise, except for the 2-person. It's not as big as a 2-person, obviously. This is the Valandre Goose Down. It's one of their 850 fill ones. I don't remember the name of them, but and then I've got a Aegis Max liner that goes with it, the Trekology pillow, and then the Nemo Philo pillow. And the only other thing, like I said, that I don't have in here would be the merino clothing that I wear at night that I just carry extra in my bag. So, and this system works really well. You know, combined with a stove and a tent, you could probably dip well below zero, but this right here, no problem in the 20s at night. I stay very nice and warm, and yeah, it's a great overall system. So I hope you enjoyed. You know, let me know if there are any suggestions or comments or questions. Just drop them in the comments below. Thanks.